तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णावपूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अहं ब्रह्मास्मि। गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन, स्वागत है आप सभी का। सो अ वेरी typical day when we are not ready and still waking up and getting ready. So I would like to start the session by thanking Haribhai. You can see like in his background many people are running, so don't worry, he's in the airport. So he has to catch a flight at 6:30, so he's logging in from there and making it happen for us. So thank you, Haribai. Despite all that tight schedule, I don't know how your security is allowing you to do that, but still good enough. So, and don't worry, Haribai is there. After 1 hour, I will also be there. So I have to complete fast. So today we are here. So Deepika ji has arrived at home also. So welcome to India from all of us. And Tanmay is also there. Very good. Chalo. So let us, good. One is going somewhere, one is returning. I think this is the world, right? That's how it works. Okay. So Deepika ji is in a fix now. She doesn't know whether to stay for the satsang, talk to her mother, or take rest. Chalo, that happens. Now let's go on with our topic today, because we are going to close it fast. You all came up with the things that I told you. How many of you have it? Are Bapre. I think like those who don't have, Sumaji can transfer some of it. She's holding a full packet in her hand. Okay, good. No problem. So let's begin. No problem, Rani. You can still have an experience by looking at others, right? It doesn't mean like if you want to experience the world, you should go into the world, right? So at times you can be God, sit there and just enjoy from a far off place. Good. So, Dhanyavad Ratna ji. So let's begin. So how do we begin? Aditi ji? Of course, ये कोई पूछने वाली बात है. You always start with a starter. So there goes a starter for all of us. Okay, no problem, Lalita ji. Still, you can have the, see what I wanted, why we all wanted this balloon is so that you can have a practical out of it. But still, it is not going to be so typical or theoretical that you will not understand it. You will get the answer, so don't worry. You will see why I was asking to this. Because I wanted to bring that a little bit of childhood back. And if you understand this, this is so phenomenal and so practical that you can teach your kids how life runs, what happens, and everything. You see, within 15-20 minutes, you will be up and ready to even teach that to your kids. Okay, so let's begin. And it goes like this with a beautiful story of this day. One time, a guru was passing by along with some of his disciples on the sea beach. समंदर के किनारे एक गुरु अपने शिष्यों के साथ जा रहे थे. And what they saw is that some kids were playing on the shore. समंदर का किनारा है तो बच्चे obviously खेलेंगे. और क्या खेलेंगे? What do they build near the seashore? Castle, sand castles. So how many of you have built sand castles? Very good. And that was my favorite part time, because behind my house there is a river, so enough sand to play with. So when the teacher saw that the kids were playing, the teacher told his disciples, just hold on for a moment, just wait here and watch what the kids are doing. And the disciples said, okay, as you say. So the disciples sat there and they start observing what the kids were doing. तो बच्चे क्या करते हैं? ये सब बैठ के वहां देखने लगे. And the kids are completely engrossed, completely absorbed in that space of their playfulness, just like us, right? Pranam, Pranit. So you see, when You were a kid, you also played. And Rajanji, while playing, you get into so engrossed into that until and unless somebody comes and calls you, you don't know even know that what the time is, right? So these kids were playing, making their sand castles, and suddenly every one of them was trying to build a bigger one. Every kid thought like, if you have built this much, I should be a little bit more than that. And they kept on building. And while doing this, one kid's leg hit one sandcastle and it broke of another kid. इसका पैर लगता है और दूसरे का वो जो बनाया हुआ था वो टूट जाता है. And the moment it breaks, the other kid whose castle was broken was on a rage. And this time he was like furious, and he tried to also break the sandcastle of the other person. And he also fought enough not to allow him to. And there was a continuous fighting going on. And then once the other kid also broke the sandcastle of the person who broke his sandcastle, he is calm quite now. जिसने उसका वो सैंड का बना हुआ घर तोड़ दिया, उसने उसका तोड़ दिया और अब शांत बैठता है. And then again they go back into the same pattern of creating sandcastles. They keep on creating, unknown of the time. They're just playing. And then it's almost evening, they didn't know. And then a person comes and says, you people, what are you doing? Your mothers are waiting at home. Go, run away. It's already late. And that very moment when they realize that it is already evening, what did they do? Despite of whose castle is it, it doesn't matter. किसका बनाया हुआ था, क्या बनाया हुआ था, it doesn't matter. They all started jumping on the sand castles of each other and even the one that they have built. जो खुद बनाए थे उसके ऊपर भी नाचने लगते हैं, जो दूसरे बनाए थे उसको भी गिराने लगते हैं. And no one is fighting with each other anymore. Throughout the day, what was so important to them, and they fought like cats and dogs to save or to take revenge. By the end of the evening, nothing was making any sense. Nothing was really mattering to them. So they all jumped over it. सब नाच कूद के सब तोड़ दिए और साथ में हंसते खेलते हुए अपने घर चले गए. And they went back to their home. I believe you must have got the gist of it. It's so easy, so simple thing. But what did you saw in it? क्या देखा आपने? बहुत सरल है. और ऐसा नहीं कि आपने देखा नहीं होगा, आप देखे थे. मैं आज याद दिला रहा हूं. I'm just making you to remember that thing. And what did you saw? And the same, the teacher asked the students, what did you saw today while the kids were playing? आपने क्या सीखा? Please type. Can you see? It is so very simple. And did you saw yourself in that? Did you saw the entire life in it? This is exactly just like the entire life that we live. Competitive, but going home was not. Nothing matters than returning home. Wow. Kal fir aayega. Okay. So let me elaborate that a little bit. You see, when they were all looking at this phase of play of these kids, what the student noticed is when the teacher asked, like, what did you understood out of it? They said, we saw the entire life in front of us. हमारे सामने बिल्कुल जीवन सामने आ गया. And they said, exactly, that's the way. You see, when people are out there in this world, what they are trying to do, they are also trying to make a sand castle on the shores of the world. संसार के किनारे बैठ के एक एक रेत की महल बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. And everybody wants that their castle should be the bigger one. And they're fighting like cats and dogs, toiling throughout the day, through the afternoon to make it bigger, just like us. And then, knowingly, unknowingly, if somebody hits your castle, obviously that should be their ego, right? This sand castle is nothing but the ego that somebody unknowingly touched it or hurt it. And then what do? They said, just like other people in this world, they are just start fighting with each other. Nothing wrong in that. They created it, so somebody should help it out, right? To safeguard that. So they fight with that, and until they have taken or broken the other person, they are not sitting silently. Because until the revenge is done, the vengeance is not gone, the vendetta has not been taken, up until then, they don't feel that happiness within themselves. And the moment it happens, what happens next? Agar ho gaya to, uske baad sab shant. And then they again go back to the same routine, mundane work of creating another castle. Bas, banate jao, banate jao, banate jao. But towards, and you are so engrossed, the world is so engrossed in creating all these castles that they don't know when it is becoming evening. Kab sham ho gayi, pata nahi chala. Subah ke nikle the. दोपहर चला गया, शाम हो गई, पता भी ना चला. Until when? Until somebody comes and wakes you up. Hey, your mother is waiting. You're still playing here. It's already late. And you see, some people wake up and some people don't. And when this calling comes, what do they do? In the evening of life, where you are about to complete the day of your life, what happens to you in that moment? You just stand everything and all that you have created throughout your life with lot of hard work. Does it really matter? What you have been safeguarding throughout your life, does it matter anymore? All that things that you toiled throughout your life, does it matter? It doesn't. But the good thing is, at least those kids has a home to go. How many of the people in the world even know that there exists something called as a home? For them, there isn't. For them, they keep on toiling throughout the night, again to start another day to fight with it. But at least if somebody wakes you up, come on, get back home. And then what do? You just throw away everything. It doesn't matter. And at the last moment of our lives, what will really matter to us? My clothes, my collection of watches, shoes, or the perfumes that I used, or the food that I ate. See, that doesn't mean like you should not take care. I say, if you are sitting at the near a seashore, you should build castles. Sansar mein aayo to karo, but don't get engrossed into that. How many of you as a kid used to go to some playground or some place to play? Aditi ji, wo to tomboy, chhod do usko. She used to run around. She is athlete. Okay, so all of us, somewhere or other, might be people used to come to our home, or we used to go to a place where we could play, right? And do you remember one typical thing, that place was so close to your heart, aapke dil ke itne kareeb tha, that every single day without going, you could not stop yourself. Knowingly, unknowingly, being rebellious, and still you went there. And then parents would say, it is hot summer, it is 3 p.m. and still the sun is so hot. Why are you running? It never mattered. You still ran. What was that was calling you out there? Your happiness. Because when I say play, playing means not exhaustion. Playing means not just sweating. Playing means expressing yourself. Yes or no? When You actually play, you express yourself. You are not playing for some reward. You are not playing just to get a gold medal or something, but you just played because playing itself is the reward. So when we are in this world, why are you toiling so much? For a reward, or you are on a holiday just like me? So if you are on a vacation, you need not worry, you just enjoy everything. And if you are not, better luck next time, until you realize that. And when that place which we used to run every single day, there was one fine day it came, and after that you have never gone to that place. Every single day you used to go there, but there was one last day, even you don't remember it. But when I'm asking you, did you realize that that mattered so much to me? That was my expression, that was my happiness. Nothing stopped me, no rain, no thunder, no storm. I was there on dot, on time. But where is that place now? The place still exists, but do you go? You don't go. Why? You are done. Very good, Mamta ji. Congratulations, you are on my side. So did you realize that you have outgrown that game? You have outgrown that place. You are free from that place. And when you are free from that place, does that place still exist or not? वो जगह अभी भी है कि नहीं है? नहीं, आप जाना बंद कर दिए, वो जगह चला गया कहीं, उड़ गया, वैक्यूम हो गया, ऐसा नहीं है ना? So it still exists, but do you still have that kind of pull? Yes, you want to go there, you want to re-experience what you have experienced. Do you get time to go there? And that's how, the moment you outgrow this world, the world will still exist for you, but you will be free of it because you outgrew that. What all we are doing here is just trying to outgrow, just beyond the sandcastles. So I believe that's a good start to becoming a kid. That's a good start to ponder over, to look back and check the way I have been living my life. Am I like that kid who is sitting at that sandcastle? Or am I the observer who is just observing the kids to play? Now you see, when two small little kids are playing, at times the waves come and also wash away the castle and the kids cry. The first question is, why are you making a castle nearby the sea? You should have enough distance. So why are you going too close into the Maya that the Maya is grasping you? Still you cry. Today's stock market went down. Tomorrow it went up. So you know, when you are into such kind of spaces, it will go up and down. Why are you worried about that? You act as if you never knew that that can happen. What would you call to them, Sashiji? When you enter into the market, you know that it's up and down. And then when it is down, you are crying. That means you have not known where you have entered. Chalo, that's another day's story. But while just being an observer of that, watching the world play, doing your part and still not getting attached to anything, you can see, you can still enjoy the entire show of life. Let the kids make the castle. You just sit, because you forgot one thing. You only thought you won't be known if you create a castle. You forgot the creator has already created a beach for you to sit and an ocean to enjoy. Yes or no? वो रेत का घर बनाते बनाते ये भूल गए कि भगवान इतना बड़ा समंदर और इतना बड़ा किनारा दे के रखा है जहां मैं बैठ के एंजॉय कर सकता हूं। ले ही उसमें से थोड़ा सा लेके बना बना के वो बन गया तो ठीक, टूट गया तो दुखी। शिवा गुरु जी, entire sand is there. No, we will only take this much and build it. If it is working fine, we are happy. If it breaks, gone. But why can't we see that the creator has created such beautiful things for us? Enjoy the sunset, enjoy the sunrise, dive into the water, play. And what do I mean by play? You should play like this. You see, when you enter into the world, it's just like entering into the water. You go dive into the water, you get wet. Some water is still there on your body, but what do? You wipe it off. Similarly, the world where you are in, if you dive into that, come out of it. Aditi ji, people don't die by falling in water. Do you know? लोग कहते हैं कि पानी में गिर के मर गया. I don't think so. It's a wrong statement. Nobody died by falling into water. They only died because they stayed there for long enough. वो वहां इतना देर रह गए कि डूब गए. So similarly, if you have come into the world, that doesn't mean you have to drown into the Maya. No, if you stay there enough, then you would. You dived into that, enjoy that water, splash it, and come out of that. Wipe yourself off. All your karma is gone. Or else, till that date, the last date when you went to play, before that, for years together, you have been coming and going to the same field again and again and again and again. Sansar mein kya kar rahe ho? You are doing the same thing until you outgrew that. You kept on coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. And it's not the first time that somebody told you that, okay, come on, wake up now time to go home. No, you went home, but again the desire arises. I should go back. I should do again. I should meet my friends. I should. Yahi chal raha hai. That's exactly what's going on. You keep on coming back. And the rotation goes on. Anybody still some games, some plays left? Good. So the pata chali jayega na. We will realize that towards when the sun sets down and when all the drama is done and the curtains have fallen, the noise is gone, the chorus has died, the people watching the show have moved out, and you sitting there as the stage alone. Now you look at it. In the dead drop silence, you realize, was it quite a good life? I lived it, but I'm not bound to it. See, when I look at a stage, okay, on which the drama, the dance, and the performances are done, I look at it, I say, wow, this is also me. Just like the stage. You should be something like people should dance over you. Over you matlab sar pe nachna nahi hota hai. When the people say, okay, sure, shall I allow everybody to dance on my head? No, I'm not talking that. I say, your life should be a happening place. But yet you are not attached to anything, anyone. They come and go. You are just as subtle, as stable as the stage. Now you enjoy. Yes, Aparavji, not the doormat कि कोई भी आके और पैर साफ करके चला जाए. Not a doormat. And now, when we are understanding this through this simplest of the story, or rather, we have all seen that हमारे सामने हुआ है ये सब चीजें. Do you think, shall we dive back to a place from where we began, the journey of a new morning, a journey of realization, a journey of reinventing, a journey of diving, splashing, not just staying there, getting wet. Come on, enjoy that. And not just fixing yourself to that one sandcastle, but opening yourself and being present to the new horizon that unfolds in front of us. And let that horizon be the divinity itself. Why less than that? Right, Dhavalji? तेरे से कम कुछ ना चलेगा, कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए, लेकिन तेरे से कम नहीं चलेगा. बिल्ड अ कैसल, नो प्रॉब्लम. नहीं तो प्रणीत अभी लॉग आउट कर जाएगा, बोला कैसल ही नहीं बनाना तो मैं क्या कर रहा हूं यहाँ पे. मेक इट, बट डोंट फॉरगेट the entire seashore that is available to you. Right? So now, let us play a little game of life. So let's understand how life comes, what happens. So, what is death? What happens after death? Everything will be done in these 3-4 balloons only. Tayyar? Okay, good. And why I do that? So that you people can teach your kids what life and death is. Now, how did I learn that? Imon was asking me about life. What is life? What is death? And now you ask him and he will give you a clarified answer. Like, this is life, this is death, this is what happens at death. So he's not worried about that. So I developed this game to teach him. And I said, why only keep it to Imon only? I have many more kids to be shared with. देखो सब बच्चे बैठे यहाँ पे. कोई बूढ़ा है यहाँ पे? Any old people in the house? If you are, please log out. You are not required to be here. So, especially the people, those who have balloons in their hands, please. हाँ, आज हरी भाई नहीं है तो मुझे ही चलाना पड़ेगा सब कुछ. So, we'll just manage somehow. Oh, good. अच्छा, so you have at least 2-3 balloons. Oh, good. देखो देखो पीछे देखो उषा जी को. ये महान आत्मा है. इनको देखो ऑलरेडी बलून फुला के बैठे हुए. मैंने कब कहा उसको फुलाने के लिए? ये चलो चलो कोई बात नहीं. एनीवेज यू हैव टू डू दैट. सो व्हेन यू, एक कल्याणी जी को देखो हैप्पी बर्थडे मना रहे. ओह माय गॉड, यू पीपल आर क्रेजी. ओके चलो, दिस शुड बी. हाँ, जब मैंने बच्चा कहा है ये सब आपको कर सकते हो. यू आर अलाउड टू डू ऑल दैट. So it's not your fault, it's my fault that I told you that you are kids. सही है ना? Okay, good. So do one thing, one balloon. Take just one balloon. Okay. With whom shall I converse? Because the person who has a balloon and can unmute, then I can converse. Okay, no issues, Dhavalji. Just see what happens. It is just a playful way of understanding. It's not that you are not going to understand. You will understand it, everything. And there is nothing new that you don't know. I'm just putting it in a very new, typical way. Okay, Shiva Guruji, no problem. So just, Sumaji, if you can just put something towards the right, left, down, because you are on the screens and all the other people are around you so that they also get one balloons, I believe. Someday that will also happen, I believe. Okay. No issues. So you take a balloon. Okay. And those who people don't have a balloon, you have something called as imagination that the God has given you. You imagine so many things. Can't you imagine a balloon? Come on. You are better than that. क्या क्या ख्याली पुलाव पका लेते हो? ये तो हो ही जाएगा, right? Okay, चलो. So when you're holding this balloon, right? Just blow it and don't tie a knot. Not required to tie around. You see, this is satsang, I believe, where people are sitting and blowing balloons. If people see, like outside people see this, and say, what this crazy play group going on? I said, if you cannot play, how can you be in satsang? Very good. Come on, Rajanji, you can do it. Come on, we need some motivation for Rajanji. That balloon is not working. Another. Oh, good. You saw that. Very. Aditi ji, bus hai. Bus hai, bus hai, bus. Utna kafi hai. Okay. Sudha ji, bus hai. Ab dekho. Now just hold that balloon. Huh? While doing this, how do you feel? Hello, I am not taking your respiratory test. Okay. Some people will directly go say, oh, my breathing pattern is less now. Shall I go to the doctor? No, this is not that. But how did you feel? Blowing out. And then still you see like a little bit of childhood comes back to you. But did you realize something? Rajanji was trying to blow one balloon and it didn't. But the second time he tried, it happened. See, the entire world will appear in this now. Looking at this situation, what did you do to the balloon? क्या किया आपने balloon के साथ? You blew air into it. आपने हवा भर दी उसमें, यही है ना? What do you mean by blowing air into it? You know, if you go by the Bible, it says, and it was the clay and the God took it in his hands and breathed life into it. उसके अंदर जान डाल दी. What did you do to the balloon? The balloon was of no use lying down and you just blew air into it. Means you gave a life to that bubble. And you see, if you throw it, it will just start bubbling around. It start jumping around. Yes or no? And I believe you blew life into that. A life force of yours into that balloon. And it took a shape and a form. Yes or no? Very good, Janeji. Change your balloon. And don't worry, even that is a learning. Right? जैसे अभी अलीवा जी याद करा रहे, just like Parvati took some haldi from her body. Some people, I don't know, Rajan ji, they say, पार्वती ने अपने मैल से बना दिया. अरे नहाती नहीं थी क्या वो? It was not dirt of the skin, it was actually haldi that she took over. ये और बच्चों को बोलते हैं कि तुम्हारे पार्वती नहाते नहीं थे क्या? उसके शरीर पे इतना मैल था कि गणेश जैसा गणेश बन गया. Okay, coming back. So as she took the turmeric out and she blew life into it, you just took that rubber band and you blew life into it. Yes or no? Now, one more typical thing that is going to happen. What can you do with it? You can play with it, or you can keep it somewhere thinking it might burst. Those who think it might burst, don't worry. Even if you keep it at a safe place, slowly the air will go away anyways. जैसे जनेश जी अभी बैठ के फुला रहे फिर से, उसमें एक होल है, अपने आप चले जा रहा है. It is going on. That's how life of ours is. हमारा जीवन भी वैसा ही है. Whether you play or whether you stay, you are passing your breath anyways. वो बलून का हवा निकलेगा ही निकलेगा. Right, वाणी जी? Whether you like it or not, it has to go. You tightly keep it at your home, after 4 days, automatically push. So you have a life here in this planet. You can choose to play around so that you express yourself, you jump around, and you make others happy as well. Or you say, no, I won't. What if I burst? Whether you like it or not, you are going to burst anyways. And then, where is that air going? कहाँ गया वो? You brought the air and you blew into it. From where did the air came? हवा आया कहां से? आपके जरिए आया. Did you realize that? It is not your air. Hello. ये आपका हवा नहीं है. You just became a source through which that air came into this body and it got transferred into the balloon. What about your kids? You say, my kid. No, not your kid. Just like not your air. They just came through you. आपके जरिए आया, जैसे हवा उसके अंदर गया. Yes or no? And now he said, no, मेरा बेटा. I know. Because we come to a conclusion there is that if I blew air, that means that is mine. कहां से लाए थे? From where did you got that air? Tell me. That you blew into the balloon, from where did you got it? You say मेरा है. Okay, show me from where you got it. And ultimately you will find it is not yours. It's again the creation process. And now when you blew that air into that, it took a shape and a form, just like the kids take a shape and form. They choose to play around or just stay back. But ultimately all the air will pass away. But there are certain situations in our life, right? Something comes like a poking thing and it bursts. What does that mean? Bursting of the balloon means what? Akal mrityu, untimely death. The balloon was still filled with air and it bursted in between. What happened? Akal mrityu hua. But did you realize, even in the akal mrityu, even if it is an untimely death, what happened to that air? The balloon got bursted. But what happened to the air? क्या हुआ? हवा को क्या हुआ? Did anything happen to the air? Rather, it got its freedom. It again went mixed into the air. फिर उसी स्रोत में मिल जाता है. And what happened to the slowly passing away air? That's natural death. The balloon that you keep at your home, it slowly goes out or not? That's a natural death. है कि नहीं है? अच्छा. So if I say you, okay, all of you are holding your balloons, release that air. Release that air. Now play with it. Will it jump? It won't. Why? क्या हो गया संध्या जी? अब तो इतना अच्छा उछल रहा था, अब नहीं उछल रहा. It's not jumping anymore. Why? And you cannot play with it. Because life is not there in it anymore. उसमें जीवन नहीं रहा. And how many of you are a person who is a collector of busted balloons? जो बलून फट गया है उसको संभाल के रखते हो? Anyone? सुवर्ण रेखा जी, जनेश जी, सुमा जी, सरोजा जी, लक्ष्मी जी, anyone? Rani, do you keep all the busted balloons at one place saying that, okay, let me keep it? You discard that, right? That's your body. When there is no life in this, what happens? You discard it. You don't keep a collection house. You can keep a photo. You can go to Tussauds and you can create a, what do you call, क्या बोलते हैं उसके, कुछ महान लोगों के बनते हैं ना, पुतले, बुत. That's all fine. But did you see, when you are releasing that air, what happened to that air? Again went back to the source. And let's say 3-4 people are sitting, just like look at Santoshi ji and Shashi ji. Now Santoshi ji was holding a balloon and she released that air. And now I asked Shashi ji to blow a balloon, another balloon with that. Can you tell me, Shashi ji, that it is not the same air that went out? Can any one of you tell me? ये वो हवा नहीं है जो हमने छोड़ दिया था. So there is already always a chance that the same air that is gone out can come to another person and it can blow it, and then it gets another life. What about the Jivatma? And realizing this, it might just come through another person. किसी और के जरिए आएगा. But can you tell me it is not the same air? Because the air is still there. And when you are blowing the same air again, another balloon. Rebirth. And people say, how can you say it is rebirth? I say, the same balloon in which you have taken the air out, again blow it, it will still come back. And in this small little play, can you see everything of life is there? Because that's why I believe life is a bubble. It can burst anytime. And it can just silently go back into the water and become one. But until you realize, if you think you are a balloon and it bursted, then what will be your condition? अगर आप अपने आप को वो balloon समझते हो, तो क्या होगा? Will you not be worried that the air is going out of me? Life is going out of me. And then if I burst, oh my God, I lost. But what is this body? Another balloon. You have changed it enough. So this time, while living in this body, realize that this balloon allows me to express myself, but without me, the balloon has no work. Yes or no? ये बलून के जरिए मैं सारे चीजों को एक्सपीरियंस कर रहा हूं. But it doesn't mean that I am the balloon. आज के बाद जब बलून दिखेगा ना, when you see a balloon, you know what you will see. You no more see a balloon, you will see a life in it. You will realize like how a life has been blown into that. And how it plays around, jumps around. Yes. So a very amazing question put forth by Alivaji. How to not allow the air to enter the balloon again? Is there a path? Of course there is. You have to fly high enough so that you are not even in the realm of people to breathe in and again blow out. So that's where your transcendence begins. That's where you go beyond this life. And when we are all here, shall I do a small little transcendence meditation? So that even Sudhaji, I am literally thinking about taking that name or not, because people have taken a trademark on that. Transcendence. Transcendence meditation is a trademark, but I'm talking about transcendence means going beyond something. So if we are ready, let us go beyond. I can say that, Muktaji, because we don't know what people can come up with. So already all set. A quick meditation. Good ना कुशाल, सुबह सुबह उठे तो थोड़ा सो जाए तो ऑफिस का काम भी अच्छा हो जाए. Now, when you are going to close your eyes, I'm going to say something that might change so many things. Sumaji, we can switch off the lights outside, but what about the light that is burning within now? But yes, In order to calm your mind, to keep it quiet and serene, you can do all that. You can switch off the lights. You can dim it. No problem. But what I'm going to do right now, whatever I'm going to say right now, might just light you up within. अंदर बल्ब जल जाएगा. Works perfectly fine with Hindi, but I will translate that into Hindi, English as well, so that it makes sense. Again, just 2 words. Okay, सिर्फ 2 शब्द आएंगे. And I think there are 2 people in the room jinse I have already shared this, so they might not enjoy it too much. See, this is what happens if you know what is happening in the movie. But all others, be excited. It's going to be an amazing journey. Sit, relax, close your eyes. Check your feelings within. आपके अंदर क्या चल रहा है उसे बड़े ध्यान से देखें. Are you comfortable with yourself this moment? Are you happy within yourself in this moment? Are you silent? And you say it just feels like as if you are putting a balm or a jam or something that is so peaceful out there. And the moment you stop speaking, it feels like utter silence around. So now I'm going to give you a concept, and that concept will work on you as a meditation. You just sit, relax, enjoy the show. Just take some time. If you want to focus on your breath, focus on your breath. If you want to focus on your head, focus on your head. You want to focus on your thoughts, focus on your thoughts. Anything that helps you to relax, do that for a moment. Wow, this is good. This is good. And now I'm going to give you a statement. And this statement might just shake you from within a little bit, but with a great understanding. The statement is, Mahadev. 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 And if this has started churning something within you, let me add it. What you called as Mahadev, the possibility is माँ ही देव है. माँ ही देव है. What you call as Mahadev, Ma, the mother, Dev is the god. And then you call out one more thing, Devi Ma. And you say, Dev hi Ma hai. So when this has started churning something in your spine, आपके रीढ़ की हड्डी में अगर ये घूमने लगा है, let's move ahead with the meditation. Just slowly do one thing. Exhale the air very, very slowly through your mouth. Just relaxing way. Very slowly. When you are throwing the air out, what is happening in your spine? Especially in your back, in the lumbar spine. Just relax. Close your mouth. Slow breathing. No more words. No more imagination. From this moment on, just observe your body, especially your spine. Just keep your entire focus on your spine and you see what all happens there. You need not imagine, and I'm not going to speak for the next few minutes. So just relax comfortably and watch it. We are all united as one unit. We are all connected with each other. We are so closely connected that if you move your body a little bit to the right or the left, you can feel another body by your side. It feels as if your hand is already touching somebody else's hand. It's like so closely sitting together. Your arm is touching somebody's arm. Just move a simple inch to your right and left and you see whether if somebody is touching already or not. You have to do a very subtle movement. So who is that? Can you see there is a slight rubbing sensation on your hands as well? मानो दो लोग साथ में बैठे हो और उनका हाथ एक दूसरे के साथ, when you are sitting close tight, how does it feel? The same sensation is there in your hand. We are all together. Beyond time and space. All connected. Here and now. Check, your breath has become non-existential. Your breath has become so small. It doesn't even feel like you are breathing. And when I say you take a deep breath, realize that you are still breathing. There will be a very typical change in temperature in your body. The temperature of your face and the temperature of your hands will be completely different. Relax. Take a deep breath again. Exhale through the mouth slowly. And now you can open your eyes. Now the question is, who wants to open the eyes? Can you see, when we can all come together, we can create magic. And Subarna Rekha ji has been putting forth a long request. Come on, wake up. Good morning. Jago. Now, I could have taken you further, but I have to catch a flight. But the thing is, on a long request by Subarna Rekha ji, so finally we are going to do a full day offline meditation session, only meditation. We'll start with meditation, Pranit. Then we'll go for the retreat. Let people experience something firsthand. Because what we are doing here is we are taking you to a place and then breaking it and bringing you back. On that day, I want you to completely indulge into that. Soak yourself throughout the day. So it's going to be an offline process. So don't worry if you are not able to come also, you can do it online. So need not worry on that. Most probably this will be on July 3rd. People in Hyderabad, good, happy people. But again, like, we will be relaying that to the entire group through online. But yes, the people, those who are there with me on that day, will have a gala time. And it's a Sunday. Because it is his birthday, that's why. जुलाई 2 उनका बर्थडे है, तो उसको मनाने दो उनका बर्थडे. So after that, we will sit together. And on that day, no talks. Only and only and only and only. Yeah. 98% of that is meditation, 2% is talk. So you should thank Subarna Rekha ji for running behind me every time, saying, like, come on, you should arrange something like that. And I'm trying my best to make it a absolutely free program. So no charges, nothing is required. And most probably from 9 to 5 kind of thing. Okay. So now, as I have to rush, I believe today it was a light way of satsang, but I believe that was good enough. We touched upon the basis of, again, of life. We touched the base of spirituality. We touched the base of meditation. We played around with balloons. So, because I'll not be available tomorrow, I thought before going, why not at least take a small little session. So thank you all for being here today along with us. And see you soon on Wednesday with your question and answers. So till we meet again, remember to stay God and be God. So thank you so much. Stay blessed. Aham Brahmasmi. And now I am going to end the session because Hariva is not available. He might be in the flight by now. Yes, he must have boarded. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And meeting for all. Have a great day and a great evening. Thank you so much.